What's going on, Tron community? Happy Friday. My name is Hunter, Tron's community manager, and today we're bringing to you episode 24 of Around the Block, co-hosted by Ejaz, Tron's developer manager. Today we're going to be interviewing Shane from Travala.com, and there's a lot of cool things to talk about, so let's just get right into it.
This is our future.
Travala.com is a leading blockchain-based travel booking platform that offers a seamless travel experience. With over 2 million properties in 230 countries, it provides travelers with a vast array of accommodation options, from budget-friendly hotels to luxury resorts. What sets Travala.com apart is its use of cutting-edge technology, like blockchain and smart contracts, to provide users with secure and transparent transactions, as well as lower fees and the option to pay with various cryptocurrencies. Whether you're planning your next vacation or a business trip, Travala.com is your one-stop shop for all your travel needs.
Just to kind of start from the top here, Shane Sibley, I'm the head of business development here at Travala. I've been in cryptocurrency for, 5 years. I got into it at the height of 2017, unfortunately, but it was a good learning lesson. Yeah, you know, it was interesting. It was interesting. Back in March of 2017, I got an email from my mom, and it was an email regarding the Ethereum network. And she said it was just tagged as, "This technology is going to change the world." So
That's impressive.
kind of discarded that. I was working at a larger financial firm in Canada at the time. And a lot of the economists were saying, "Oh yeah, you know, this cryptocurrency, don't touch it, tulip bubble, whatever." But I got super excited about it in the fall of 2017, and that kind of continued, even though we had a blow off top in 2018. So I made my entrance into the market in 2018 by going to a startup company in Vancouver that was minting tokens on the Ethereum network, embedding the KYC and multi-jurisdictional compliance directly into the asset level. So they were really focused around security tokens, but they also wanted to cater to the cryptocurrency market as well. No, we were a little bit early to the game, but that ultimately led to Travala in 2020. So I started with the company back in February of 2020, and I've been with them ever since. So Travala is an online travel agency, the largest in the world that accepts cryptocurrency. We accept some of the majors, we accept the alts, and we also accept a number of different tokens supported on the TRON blockchain as well.
So when did Travala
we did $60 million over 60
come out? Like, what was Travala's vision? Do you know why, let's say, Travala wanted to be created and then accept cryptos?
Yeah, you know what? It was the unique value prop was processing crypto payments. There was a lot of transaction and a lot of money flowing into the cryptocurrency market, but a lot of that was held on exchange. So what do you do with those tokens? And being able to process that for real world assets, we got access to 3 million different travel products now, with airlines, hotels, and activities, and being able to offload that, creating utility for different tokens. We started with the majors at the time, but then looking at the introduction of a lot of different altcoins, what's the off ramp, what's the end game for those as well? So creating utility for different tokens in the market.
That's smart, and that's awesome. That's very valuable. And then everybody, like, obviously likes to travel and should go on different, like, vacations and experience different things, meet new people, try different foods, explore different cultures. I mean, it just makes sense. Traveling is my favorite thing to do. I've been to a lot of different countries, and when I first heard about Travala, I'm like, great, now there's a way to, like, spend TRX or spend Bitcoin or spend whatever, like, crypto asset I want to book that vacation. But you said that you can actually do flights and hotels, like you can do the full travel experience using Travala.
Yeah, I'm literally a walking use case for Travala. I've been on the road now for the last 18 months, and it's been super interesting as well. I've been to a number of different countries, a number of different continents. It all started with a 3-week holiday that I was planning to go to Portugal. I was sick and tired of just being at my desk, and I was like, you know what, I work for a remote team, and the very ethos of cryptocurrency is community. So looking up at different places that have good crypto communities, Portugal was a good start. But my 3-week vacation turned into a hop back across the pond to Central and South America. Yeah, my visa got compromised when I was in South America, and I had to live off cryptocurrency. So
oh, wow.
I flew in. Yeah, I flew into to Peru. I stayed in Lima, had all my dining experiences. Went to Cusco. Did Machu Picchu, so I did 60 kilometers of downhill biking.
How was the Machu
Picchu? It was amazing, the whole experience. So this was booked on Travala as well. It was 60 kilometers of downhill biking in the Sacred Valley. So you're feeling yourself go through like 4 different altitude changes, whitewater rafting in the same day, zip lining the next day, and 11-kilometer walk across the train tracks to the base of Machu Picchu. And then the Machu Picchu experience itself. I'm a pretty competitive hiker. So it was my goal to be the first one to the top of Machu Picchu in the morning. We get up at 4:30 in the morning, and I literally had the top of Machu Picchu to myself, magical experience for about 20 minutes. So just get the morning meditation, a lot of energy up there.
Oh, I love that. That's a hell of a Wednesday.
Well, it was amazing. And when I got to the other side of the train and back to Lima, I called a friend back in Vancouver. I said, "Hey, can you sell all my stuff?" I don't think I think the road is for me. So yes, here I am. Sense. I'm currently in Indonesia and heading to Thailand tomorrow. And I met a ton of different crypto communities along the way. And we can kind of get into the digital nomading as well if you want for some of the listeners that are remote workers and everything too. So it's been really cool and a great journey.
How's Indonesia right now? I've been to Bali before and I loved it. Like I did not want to leave. It is gorgeous, everything. The scenery, the food was great. The people are super nice. I kept getting lost, but it was so much fun. Like I cannot wait to go back.
Oh yeah, you're definitely going to want to get a bike here instead of taking a car. The congestion is insane. But if you're healthy, you like going to the gym, you like surf places, there's a lot of beautiful islands and a lot of places to go surfing. And they've got a great digital nomad community here too. So they've got this a group called Off-Chain Bali, and they host different sorts of meetups and there's a ton of crypto activity going on here. Same thing with Thailand in different places. Bangkok has meetup locations. Phuket, Copenhagen. Well, my parents actually. Part of the reason is I'm going to go. They've never been to Southeast Asia before, and they saw my pictures. They said we want to come and link up. So I'm going to take a little bit of time and go and see them in the next couple of weeks. So they're flying in next Monday, and I'm going to spend 2 weeks with them. They're coming over as well. I'll be with them for my birthday, which is nice. So
yes, happy
couple
birthday,
different islands.
Early birthday. That's going to be super fun.
Thank you very much. Yeah, it's going to be really nice. So two new islands, Koh Samui and Copenhagen. I've heard really good things about the crypto community over in Copenhagen as well. A couple in which I'm already in touch with. So kind of going around. The beauty of it is you can work with anywhere that has a good internet connection.
Correct.
I'm in a hotel room right now that is kind of contrary to that, but yeah, Thailand has really good internet connection and really good crypto community. So I'm excited to head up there too.
That is super exciting.
How did you find?
And you're doing all of this. I was gonna say you're doing all this through Travala, and then Ijaz, you should ask your question.
I was just gonna say, how did you find these communities? Was it through Travala, through other community systems? I'm curious because it sounds like you found a network of different nomads, almost like a peer-to-peer nomad, sharing of maps and activities. It sounds amazing.
It's funny because it all started with Travala. Travala enabled it, and we're so back to Travala and the booking engine for just a second. Mm-hmm. We're partnered with over 90 different cryptocurrencies, right? So that we're in touch with that many teams, and a lot of them are remote workers, and their remote workers live all over the world. So the beauty of the digital nomad community is when you say that you're going to a certain location, it's let me put you in touch with so and so, and then you get in touch with so and so, and then they say, oh, you like to do X, Y, and Z. You like diving, you like hiking. Well, you should meet up with this person. And then there's places all over the world as well that have co-working and co-living environments. So yeah, there's I've been flying around and staying at hotels through Travala for the last couple of years, and also doing the activities on the on Travala as well. And then slowly you start developing a network who put you in touch with different people across the world, so you're continuously growing that network. And then when you start utilizing the tools for digital nomad communities, things like Nomad List. Nomad List is a website that you can go to, and it's going to show you everything that you need to know about a place, about the affordability, the access to the English language, which is important. Which is
all the cool
exactly
stuff.
What you should budget. How's and most importantly, how's the Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Well, that helps for sure when you're working remote. But it's like the dream lifestyle. I mean, traveling and working and just meeting new people, trying different things. It's honestly like a dream lifestyle. I would say a dream job. That's super cool. And Travala's giving people the ability to do that and spend their crypto to book all of their adventures that they want to go on.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing. And you know what, as I'm traveling around, there's some people that haven't heard of us before, and they're really excited to hear that you can book travel through crypto. And then there's some people that have said, I've been using you guys for the last couple of years. But so last year, we really ramped up our marketing efforts. So we brought in a new chief marketing officer. Nice. We hired a digital marketing officer as well, who's really been spreading the word, and a lot of there's been a lot more traffic. There's been an uplift in traffic to Travala.com. So there's more and more people that are starting to gain awareness of Travala, which is great. I went to Playa del Carmen, great cryptocurrency community, by the way, and they've got a weekly meetup. Every 2 weeks they host a new speaker, and those opposite weeks within a month they'll just do a meetup so everybody can go and talk amongst themselves. They may have a kind of a narrative of the week, just so it'll captivate people's interest a little bit more. Of course. But yeah, I was able to go and speak in front of 100 people about Travala, and now a lot of them already actually knew about us as well, because they were able to. They've got a big Bitcoin community there, and they wanted places where they could actually go and go and spend their Bitcoin.
That's awesome. Do you have any, or do you know of any, let's say, key benefits besides the crypto payments for Travala.com that would attract somebody to want to book through your website instead of any other website like Expedia or Booking.com for their vacation?
So the benefits of using Travala over one of the competitors is the unique value prop of being able to accept cryptocurrency and any any coin that you're currently holding on to. We've also got our rewards mechanism. So AVA has been around since 2017 at the launch of Travala, and it's built into our tokenomics and our overall business model. So you get a percentage back in each one of your bookings in AVA. And if you were to go, if you're holding AVA, then we've got different tiers of loyalty. So you, Expedia, Booking.com, Agoda, you reach different levels of loyalty in your booking behavior. So everything is done in arrears. If you look at the Genius program, you enter Genius 1 by signing up. Genius number 2 is once you make 5 or 3 bookings. Genius, I think it's 5 bookings.
Yeah.
So you enter tiers based on your booking behavior, and that's consistent across booking sites. Now, if you have AVA and you stake AVA, lock it up, you're still an owner. You're still in ownership of those tokens. You're just locking it up for a month.
So you're staking AVA.
You enter
AVA is Travala's travel token.
Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. So if you're staking AVA, then you can actually get your discounts from day one. So if you stake 2,500 AVA, you've got a 5% discount on the front end, and then a 5% give back in AVA on the back end. And if you actually transact in the token, then you're going to get an additional 3% off. So you can get 13% discount by utilizing AVA.
That's impressive, and that's a massive use case. That if people or more, the more people know about it, the more people would use it, because just saving anything, because sometimes traveling can be expensive. But if you get those different perks just by utilizing the AVA or the Travala token, then I can see more mass adoption around Travala in general, because as the pandemic is ending and as more people want to get out of the house and travel and just explore more, and as travel's picking back up, then I can really see Travala taking off more than ever before, not just because the crypto industry is now turning more bullish and more people are getting involved, but just by holding the token, they will want to get the rewards and just go see more places and do more things, and I guess get better deals than your competitors.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the main goal. And I guess the goal for this year is just gaining awareness.
Of course,
like I had mentioned before, we've been really ramping up the marketing efforts and trying to spread as much awareness as possible. And we've taken the crypto angle for the longest time, and we obviously want to cater to the communities as best as we can. And as we mentioned, we've got something coming up with TRON here in the next month or so, where we're going to be able to give back to the community as much or a little bit. And so kind of stay tuned for that.
Yeah, that's going to be
within our Twitter and our socials. But yeah, if you use the token and you stake it for the discounts, then you don't necessarily need to transact in AVA. You can use the TRON network as well to use your token of choice. We really want to just enable choice. So if you want the discounts, the 5% discount, 5% give back, but then also transact in a different token, you're free to do so. We just want to enable the choice.
That's smart, and that's awesome. That's really getting every single different crypto across all the blockchains to give it like an extra use case. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's Tron or Ethereum or Bitcoin or whatever like your favorite crypto is. If you hold that and you just want to use it, utilize it, and go on a vacation, you can do it through Travala. That's giving every crypto use case. That's awesome.
Yeah, and we're continuously trying to build on it as well. So we've got access to 3 million different travel products right now in the flights, hotels, and activities. Later this year, we've announced already that we're going to be doing an integration for short-term home rentals. With the digital nomad community, you may not want to just go and stay in a hotel. Like, it can cater to a certain audience, but you may want an extended stay as well, and you may want to actually cook. So we want to we're going to be rolling out the short-term home rentals this year with different integrations.
That's
and
something that I'll probably immediately use myself as soon as that becomes available. That's super cool. And you can do it, like, is it just going to be in specific countries at first, or where's that going to be?
Yeah, we're looking to have a global rollout of that. You know, we don't typically like to have rollouts that are just going to be specific to different jurisdictions. Where we cater to a global audience already, with the main travel audience being in the US, UK, EU. We've got a lot of clients or users in Asia, Turkey, Dubai. You know, everywhere. A mix of the cryptocurrency markets, but also with the broader traveling market.
That's awesome. For yourself personally, out of every place that you've ever been, do you have a favorite? Like if you could live anywhere in the world and stay there permanently, where would that be?
That's such a difficult question.
It is.
Um, Honestly, everywhere has an appeal. Um,
Mhm.
I went to Costa Rica, and there's a couple places that remind me a lot of Costa Rica. I just was in Lombok and
Mhm.
and Siargao in the Philippines. They all kind of share the same like small town, off the beaten path,
Yeah,
surfer
similar
paradise.
vibes,
Really,
similar experience in a way.
really, yeah, and it's very community based. But
Mhm.
there's also crypto enthusiasts and digital nomads there, and you never know who you're going to meet. So in Costa Rica, I met some crypto VCs. In
Oh, okay.
in in Siargao, I was sitting next to somebody working at a cafe, and I overheard one of their conversations, and I just said, "Are you in crypto?" And it turned out that they were. So we
Wow.
we we stay in contact to this day, and they're traveling around, and we're probably going to cross paths at some point. Um, and then in Lombok as well, it's like they kind of share the same thing where you go to kind of the same cafes all the time. You go to some of the same restaurants, but it has a really nice homey feeling.
Of course.
And it's like a beach paradise. But then you've got some just jaw dropping places like Machu Picchu, and Lima
Mhm.
has unbelievable dining. And then they kind of have it all. They've got the desert, the mountains, the ocean. They've got great surfing.
Full on
Um,
experience.
yeah, Bali's great. Thailand is
Mhm.
amazing. They've got Muay Thai food. I just absolutely love. They've got the vibrant city of Bangkok with so much going on and such a business culture, but they've got the islands there that is, yeah, it's
It's
such a
beautiful to
difficult
see. Like
question
I
to
really want
answer.
to go there. I've seen tons of pictures. I have a friend with an office in Thailand. I've been to myself Bali, Japan, Australia, Paris. Unless I already said the one, Amsterdam. I mean, I can't even think of all the places, but I've been to a ton of places. I live in Florida now myself, and we have a lot of people that fly in because it's near Orlando, so we see tons of people from all over the world going to like vacation in Disney World. But traveling is just it's just the best way to. I think somebody said it's like the key to happiness is just experiences. Most people or a lot of people they think that they want to buy like materialistic things like a Lamborghini, but really if you spend your money on an adventure traveling to a new place, that is I believe the key to happiness is just going out and experiencing things that you have never experienced before.
I agree.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I've spent the better part of the last 6 months in Asia, and one
Yeah.
thing that's really standalone here is that the people here,
Mm-hmm.
they're very proud, and they're proud of the service that they provide. Everybody greets with a smile, but it's not a fake smile. It's very
Yeah,
authentic.
it's genuine.
How are you doing? And it's very genuine. If you're lost and somebody
Full
can
help.
see that you're lost on a side road, if you're on your bike, they're just going to come help and point you in the right direction. If you're lost in translation on something, people are going to help. And I find that so it's so cool and endearing, that yeah,
Yep.
Asia has become a favorite spot of mine for sure.
Does
That's
that
awesome.
high
I think
energy
Yeah,
in
you've
no, what's that, EJS?
I was asking, does that high energy in Asia, does that kind of reflect in how they view and experience blockchain and cryptos? I imagine it presents as an opportunity for them that I'm sure it's like this wonderful experience. Like, because I know for us here, it's this opportunity for more growth in financial stuff and whatever it is. But I'm sure in that side of the world, it's probably this like gold or this like wonderful opportunity. I imagine you being there for 6 months, you probably had those experiences firsthand, especially doing, Travala and being in Asia at the same time.
well, I mean, there's a couple of ways to tackle that one, because there are a lot of people that are seeing the benefits of using blockchain technology and cryptocurrency.
Mhm.
So there's ones that are trying to build real businesses, and they're really good at connecting with people there's so many transient people in something like Bali. So you can connect with a ton of different people, and you can start broadening your network by just sitting still. But the ones that are really going to benefit from the technology are the ones paying their bills by going and lining up at their telecom, like going and traveling to go pay bills in cash. So now if you're able to use cryptocurrency to pay for these things, you can do it with a cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone.
Yep.
But people don't have access. People don't have access to their banking, taking up their valuable time by just traveling to the location, go standing in line, having to hit an ATM if they're even using an ATM.
Right.
So the ones that can benefit so drastically from cryptocurrency is just having an instantaneous payment or near instantaneous payment using blockchain.
That's good insight.
That is.
So I hope that answers your question.
That's
super cool.
Yeah, just to see
just thinking about it.
Use cases. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I mean, I'm just super hyped thinking about it because I'm like, all the places I've been and things that I've done myself, it makes me realize that Travala is like more valuable than people even realize. Just being able to go right on their phone, use their crypto without needing to go through a bank and then worry about other things. And then, like, I was in just Bali before, and I was having problems like booking things or doing different things because the bank was like, hey, you can't do that, because they thought it was like fraud because I was in another country. So if I was able to do it directly through crypto using Travala to book a place that I needed to go or book a flight or anything related to travel without worrying about the bank declining things by mistake, then that's awesome. That's important. That saves a lot of time and money and hassle for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. The banks have frozen my cards a number of times, and it's actually such a pain sometimes. One of the worst experiences that I had with this. I was at East Denver last year, and I had a margarita. I had a margarita spilled on. Oh, are you?
Yep. Super excited for that.
Beautiful. Well, okay, so keep your when it gets to cocktail hour, keep your laptop off the table. So I had a drink spilled on my a drink spilled on my laptop, and so in the morning before I was flying out, I go to the Apple store because I was going to Tulum at the time, and I go to the Apple store before my flight, and I go to purchase a new laptop. Well, the bank declined my credit card. I give them a call and they've frozen it. I go through the security questions and they refuse to unfreeze my account. So I wasn't able to purchase a laptop in time, or was I able to actually get to the airport because I needed my credit card to take an Uber up to the airport. So I sit on the helpline for 2 hours. They escalate it through managers. I miss my flight. I get the laptop, but they don't put me on a later flight until the red eye. Yep. And get to Tulum, and on the flight or something, I got pretty sick, so I spent the next 5 days in bed. And and I'm not going to pin it all on my banking. I'm like, that was the one thing that I remember was the hassle of having to go through all of that, missing a flight, having to take an overnight flight there. But a lot of that can be alleviated by being in custody of your own assets. And
be your own bank. I mean, that's the whole point of crypto. And now you're giving people the power to go on adventures and actually do something with their assets that they have. I mean, it just makes sense that crypto and Travala, it needs to coexist. It just makes sense. Like, Travala is the peak pinnacle. Once you have your assets in crypto and you're ready to go on an adventure or do something, then the first thought should be Travala.
Absolutely. And you know what? Somebody quite close to me, she's from Brazil, and doesn't have access to the same sort of banking that we do in North America. So she has to prepay an agent and the agent's is going to use use a certain amount of credits to be able to book flights, and sits there on WhatsApp trying to figure out what the best flight options are going to be. And so many times it's just a drawn out process to be able to book. I mean, it doesn't help that the Brazilian passport isn't as accepted as globally as something like a Canadian or US passport, but
a couple extra steps.
But I mean, the banking in itself, it could be alleviated by just having cryptocurrency and being able to use an online service like Travala. So if you look at a lot of places with hyperinflation, Argentina has a big problem with hyperinflation. So you see the rise in cryptocurrency in a place like Argentina. So you see the adoption in places like Brazil, Argentina, Venezuela. It's growing at such a fast pace that we can actually help and cater to those individuals that are experiencing those types of problems and don't have access to that to the bank.
Wow. I mean, it's just value all over. And Travala, like, when was Travala founded again?
Travala was founded in 2017.
2017.
So it was in the fall of 2017. So this is our second bear market. We've made it through the pandemic. It's been an exciting, for the time that I've been on since 2020. It's been an exciting journey so far, and I'm really excited about the future as well.
And what are some of those what are some of those exciting things that you said Travala is working on for the future again? Just for the people that are listening in, maybe later on into the stream, what is it that Travala is working on that they're excited about for the future?
So we've already announced that we're going to be doing the integration of short-term home rentals. That's number one. We've got we released the Travel Tiger Club last year, which is an extension of our loyalty program. If you purchase a Tiger and you enter our Diamond tier, then you get 10% back in AVA. You get access to different experience drops. We've done one to the Maldives. We've done a few to Argentina to go and drink Malbec in Mendoza, Singapore F1 Super Bowl giveaway, and then you get access to we have marketing tasks on a quarterly basis. So then we've got a percentage of our revenue that's distributed in travel credits to our Diamond holders, to our NFT holders, but we're building on the utility of that membership as well. So in the fall, we gave access to lounge access passes. So we want to build as much travel utility into these NFTs as possible. And we're going to continue rolling that out as well. Now, something that we've announced, and we're going to be rolling out with, we're going to be rolling out the travel passport. So everything is, so you're going to be in custody of your own booking data. So you've got a passport that's going to authenticate where you've actually been in the world, but you're going to be in complete custody of that data.
Wow.
And you're going to be able to, you'll be able to see and hold your booking experiences and be able to build on that itinerary. So there's so many things that can be I don't want to sit here and just talk about the future of what that can enable. But it is pretty exciting to see that come to fruition too.
That is super exciting. So you guys are definitely doing lots of cool things. I mean, Ejaz, do you have any other questions that came to mind while listening in on basically all the cool stuff about Travala?
I graduated with a hospitality degree a couple of years ago, and just seeing the merge of what you guys are doing and what I'm doing with crypto and blockchain, it sounds like, that would have been an amazing experience. How do new people get involved with Travala? Do they kind of go through, what's their best way of experiencing it besides just, being as an end user? What is there anything out there for people who want to get involved? Is there other branches of Travala that also touch cryptocurrency? That's not just the main booking. Is there anything else out there?
Yeah, I mean, it kind of depends on how you ultimately want to be involved. But if you want to go and book, you can go to Travala.com. You can register for an account, so it gives you can sign up, or you can book without registering for an account. Or if you sign up, then you're actually going to be receiving the gift backs, and you'll be able to keep a travel log and everything like that. But you can go to Travala.com. You can go through the booking process. Like if you've booked on an online travel agency before, when you get to the checkout window, you're going to be able to select the type of cryptocurrency that you want to pay with. It'll we'll lock in a 15-minute window with the price and generate a QR code. You send it from any of the wallets that you're holding your crypto in, and then you'll get your itinerary. We've got unbelievable customer service as well, and we really pride ourselves in that. And you can follow along for different announcements in our Twitter handle at Travala.com. Go into our Telegram chat. Yeah, and I guess those are going to be the main ways that you can interact with Travala right now. If you're also holding anything on Binance, then we're built into their mini app. We're built into to Gate.io's mini app as well. So if you're holding anything on exchange, then you can go and you can go into their marketplace. We've got a place that we're built into. So if you want a seamless transaction, you can just go directly through there. And most recently, we're built into the Clever 5 wallet as well. So the K5 wallet.
Oh, that's super cool. You're with Clever as well. Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever done, let me ask, can Travala do experiences as well? Like, can you book tickets to Disney World through Travala?
I mean, the short answer is yes. Now, you can't do it through the online travel agency, but we do have a concierge service that is more catered towards, let's say, business or high-end travelers. So we have access to putting together your dream destinations. We have access to inventory all across the world. If you want to spend some more money, private jets. Well, I don't know if that completely lines up with Disney World, but that's
impressive. Private
island experiences. Yeah, private island experiences. You can get penthouse suites and presidential suites that a lot of people don't have access to. Villa rentals, anything like that, you can go through our concierge service. And if you wanted to go to Disney World, then you'd be able to package that into an experience. Right now, we don't have we do have an activities section, and I'd have to double check whether or not Disney World's actually on there.
I'm just thinking of things like maybe Travala in the future. I'm not sure if you've done this in the past, but maybe you'd be open to it in the future. Is we do like and I may or may not put this on the call, but like
I love the idea. And again, that kind of what I mentioned before is cryptocurrency kind of shares it's the very ethos of the community, right? So you know what, I want to get innovative as innovative as we can as partners.
That might be something fun.
No, I know I didn't know. I heard Travala's a partner, and I was like, I only know one Travala, and I was like making sure it was a different one. I was like, oh, that's amazing! Like trips and booking, because I think it's like the idea itself is using cryptocurrencies for experiences is such a great way of use case for using any sort of token, because people are having a little bit of rough time figuring out what are some ways I can utilize these tokens I can make on DeFi or GameFi or whatever it is. So, having Travala as a partner is beautiful because people can do experiences and travel, and it's almost like you said, it's a way of building that community just to get closer, just a bit by bit. So I thought that was awesome that we're talking to you right now. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah, no, it's super exciting. When I first saw the group chat, I'm like, oh no way, it's Travala. Like some people freak out about Tron, but we still are fangirls of other people. Like that's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, in a perfect world, like you don't necessarily want to be going into debt for your travel, right? Because it's consumer discretionary.
Yep.
But the beauty about DeFi is if you're actually earning anything, and you're let's say it's kind of an equivalent to an interest payment or something of like. Now, if you can actually get your core earnings working for you, and then you can travel on that, then yeah, it's very symbiotic. And yeah, you know, it is the perfect use case.
It is.
I mean, there's other great use cases like paying your hydro bill and also and hydro bill and whatever that may be, your telecom and your grocery deliveries and stuff like that. And there's other services out there now that offer different gift cards. So if you're on the ground, then you can purchase different gift cards all over the world now. So you can supplement your travel through Travala, do things on the ground with gift cards. And a lot of that can just be funded with cryptocurrency now.
You can buy gift cards through Travala?
Well, you can buy the Travala gift cards through Travala, but there are other sites now that exist that you can book gift cards like geographically for, let's say, Uber. So when you use Travala to book your flight. We've got airport transfers if you want something private there too, but a lot of people prefer to take Ubers because they know it. They've got the app. They can track it. And it's a little bit more of a self-serve. So you can go and book. You can get a gift card in Mexico. So when you land in Mexico City, you're stocked up with Uber credits. You can get to the hotel. You book that through Travala. You can do a lot there. And then they've got different things like the Uber Eats or Rappi in Central and South America, where they can do grocery deliveries, and there's e-commerce sites that you can use as well. So there's a number of different options now that you can start living off cryptocurrency, which is super exciting.
Exactly.
Sorry to just ramble.
No,
you're good. I literally do that
24/7. You kind of brought me a question, and I'm glad we're talking. Do you find it, and this is maybe a personal question and maybe a Travala question, and if it's not something that you want to answer, totally fine. But do you have, and I think I know the answer, I just want to confirm, do you have a hard time creating a relationship with the cryptocurrencies in this process, or is it harder to make those same connections to use cryptos to other third-party vendors like an Uber or Marriott or the Bonvoy app, or like which I'm assuming I know which one it is, but I wanted to see your experience so far.
And sorry, what can you unpack that just a little bit more? Because I think that I understand the question, but just want to be able to answer that properly.
No, yeah. Allow me to kind of dive in deeper. So I know for most blockchain companies, there's that kind of that stigma of cryptos, and it's so volatile, and XYZ of con lists that happen, why people don't use cryptocurrencies. So I imagine when someone like Travala shows up to a blockchain, it's like, hey, we're interested in partnering up, that might be an easier conversation to have, and for the biz dev team to kind of, let's go ahead and work together. But on the other side of that vendor transaction, you have Travala working with the likes of other hospitality-based services like an Uber, other hotels, restaurants, experiences. And I'm assuming, and maybe this is more of a deeper conversation with how Travala works, but I imagine you guys are like the middle ground between the cryptocurrency companies and you providing, payment or whatever it is to those third-party services like an Uber, Marriott, a zip lining studio. Maybe it's a two-part question, do those companies you work with that are not cryptos, do they also engage with a lot of the cryptocurrency transactions, or is that more on the traditional finance side?
I'm going to have a difficult time answering that precisely, but because like there's so many companies that are very interested in taking on crypto payments, but not everybody knows how to do it, right?
Gotcha.
I think like the major issue that people are coming up against right now, and especially when you start talking about publicly traded companies, is regulatory, reputational, and financial risk. So if you look at a publicly traded company and things need to go through a board of directors, what happens if you're actually transacting in crypto and you don't exactly know what you're doing with it? There's a massive compliance risk there, regulatory, and that has a financial risk and a reputational risk. So are they really going to take that? So there's a lot of companies now that don't want to hold crypto on their balance sheet because everything's because they peg their earnings to the US dollar. So how are you really going to be reporting that if crypto is volatile relative to the US dollar?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one way of tackling it. We've got inventory partners right now that need to be paid out in US dollars. So that's their way of engaging with the cryptocurrency market without having to take on a lot of that risk, is coming to us. Now you've got smaller type companies and ones that are a little bit more flexible and nimble that understand cryptocurrency. There's a hotel in Barcelona that accepts ADA, so they accept Cardano, and that's the Cardano cool. Hotel. They've got Cardano pillows. It's all like branded Cardano in the hotel, and they've created a niche. Nice. There's other companies like this Hotel Del Cielo in Mendoza that really wants to get into cryptocurrency, and they want to reward people with NFTs. There's a lot of ways that people want to start engaging with the cryptocurrency market, and it's sparked a lot of interest. There's the smaller companies. The problem with the smaller companies is they're really interested, but how do you go engage with them in a scalable way? So that's ultimately going to be tackled with decentralized technology and a self-serving onboarding portal. And there's companies that are already starting to come into this. Travel in the short-term home rentals is going to be doing this, where you see the inflated prices in home prices for short-term home rentals, but you see the service fees and the cleaning fees. Well, a lot of that goes into a centralized business, and they want to have Travel, it's like decentralized travel, and so you're able to go and onboard your property, and it's going to connect you directly with the property manager or the host to the end client, and it's going to be all executable via smart contract. So that there's companies that are starting to tackle that with blockchain technology and decentralized services. It's going to take time.
Yeah,
but there is a lot of interest in dealing. Fast. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So to answer your question, because there is such a relationship with fiat within a business model, it's difficult to navigate away from that. Lots of people are interested in dealing with cryptocurrency, and you're going to see them do it in a ton of different ways. But I think the most cutting edge that you're going to see here this year and in the next is the way that people use NFTs for community building, rewards and loyalty, creating a more gamified aspect to their business and getting people to really engage with their brand more.
Yes, 100%. I totally see that taking off in 2023. People really finding use cases for NFTs, like you said, gamifying the business, just making things more engaging, getting people more involved, and really making like their brand stand out, but making things more, I'm trying to think of the best words for it, but really just engaging like their users and their community, and utilizing the blockchain industry, I guess, to the fullest.
Yeah, I feel like we're almost there. We're almost there. Yeah.
The market's turning bullish. I know like Bitcoin went up today. The market's looking good. I'm super positive. I'm bullish on like I said, the entire industry. We had a huge Twitter space this morning And then I know one thing that you teased a little bit earlier on the call, we can mention it again, is you said, is it the end of this month, or we're going to have a TRON and Travala Twitter space in the future? What are some of the things that we're going to be talking about on that call without giving away too much details?
On this call, it was a bit of an intro to myself and the way that I'm using cryptocurrency, but also about Travala.com.
Mm-hmm.
In the Twitter spaces, we can talk about how to use Travala, and we're gonna have a bit of a giveaway for the community. So we want to give back to the community and allow you to go and use your crypto. So stay tuned for that in our social channels. We'll be making an announcement of the Twitter Spaces and the actual terms of the giveaway as well. But yeah, really excited for that time to come here in the next month or so.
That is super exciting. Ejaz, do you have any other questions that you want to ask, or
No,
anything about your role?
I think that last one was something I was really interested in, just because having such a huge partner who's doing both sides of it, it's a beautiful thing to watch, and it's great to get that insight. So thank you for your time today, Shane. I've had a great time, and I'm really excited for the future, and I can't wait to hear the Twitter space. So I'll see you then, probably.
The Twitter space is going to be amazing. Like, I cannot wait for that.
Right.
Lots of cool things.
Yeah,
we're going to do a big giveaway.
And Hunter, Ejaz, thank you so much for having me on today. Thanks for anybody that's listening. Reach out if you have any questions about digital nomading or Travala. And, I hope to see you guys abroad as well.
100%. Definitely. Talk to you soon.